Vancouver Canucks are very proud to select Daniel and Henrik Sedin.
Henrik Sedin centering, Daniel scores!
They just have that ability, the sixth sense. They're having so much fun.
It's amazing how consistent Henrik and Daniel have been over the years.
Together in the 1,000-point club.
Hall of Fame number.
They are two of the smartest players of this generation. What they've done for the community here in Vancouver has been extraordinary.
Great players, better people.
They were drafted together in 1999, and 18 seasons later in the NHL, they'll leave together on their own terms. Henrik and Daniel Sedin, consummate professionals and leaders in Vancouver and for the NHL, immensely talented with an almost telepathic ability to find each other on the ice. The Twins have gone through a lot with the Canucks. The highs of a Stanley Cup final, the lows of losing a Cup final Game 7, and the even lower lows of losing seasons. The two surefire Hall of Famers, though, on why this was the right time.
It's been an ongoing discussion throughout the year. I think we have kind of known for a long time. Pretty early in the season, we were leaning towards this, but you don't want to make a final decision. I mean, you never know how you're going to feel. It wasn't really one thing that really did it. It was more, like I said, going on the road, leaving the kids' home, family. It's that's been the toughest part the last few years, and it'll be fun to be around them a lot more.
They've played the game in such a unique way. The way they've created time and space with their ability to find one another and put pucks into dead zones is just has been so much fun to watch for so long, and I'll miss watching that.
It feels good to celebrate this last couple of games with our families coming in, mom and dad, brothers. I got friends here in town who's going to come to the games, and it's for the fans to just, I guess, say thanks to them as well.
Well, the Canucks history books just dominated by the Sedins. Henrik is a franchise leader in games, assists, and points. Daniel leads in goals and game-winning goals. With more, here are two men who have covered their entire careers, Dan Murphy and Iain MacIntyre.
Sportsnet's Iain MacIntyre joins me now. And Iain, it sounds like the Twins had their minds made up some time ago. Are you at all surprised this is the route they're taking?
Well, I would have been at the start of the year when we all thought if they showed still to be productive players that they would have another season after this one. But the longer it went without a decision, especially since they're having 50-point years, the more it was pointing towards this. So in the end, I wasn't surprised. The only thing that surprises me a little bit is that we get this announcement on Monday instead of maybe Thursday morning right before their last game, because these aren't guys who want to be in the spotlight in this way. They don't want to do things that take the attention off of a game. Well, they can't help it now, and it is actually a very good thing. These are special players, and the relationship they've had with this team and the city deserves a proper ending. At least they're going to get a proper ending now this week.
You were there for their very first press conference. You were there for their very first practice. When you hear the names Daniel and Henrik Sedin from now on in, what's the first thing you'll think of?
Well, I'll think of their goodness, because I know it's a cliche, and you hear it all the time. Oh, they're such good people, better people than they are players. Henrik joked today, well, maybe that means they weren't very good players. But no, it means these are outstanding people, and I will remember that about them. The other thing that I think, to this day, has never been appreciated about the Twins is just how tough they are. How tough in every sense. Tough physically to play all the games they did. Especially the last 10 or 12 years where they've been, for the most part, the focal point of the team they're playing against, and opposing defensemen are trying to be physical and make their life miserable. It never deterred them. So they're tough that way, but they really had to be tough mentally, because I would argue, although all great players get booed and everybody takes criticism, and we know how tough it can be playing in a Canadian market, I would argue there's no two great players who have taken as much abuse, not just criticism, but at times even ridicule, as the Sedins had to do, especially early in their career. And the fact they never complained about that, even though I'm sure it bothered them, they never changed, they never let it influence their commitment. To me, that mental toughness that they showed, that is a tremendous thing and a rare thing, and I hope some of their teammates will have picked up on that.
Thursday night, right here, Canucks versus the Coyotes, the final home game in the great storied careers of Daniel and Henrik Sedin.
Yes, we'll have more details on that game coming up. But first, Daniel and Henrik are the 4th highest scoring brother combination of all time. Now, there's only 2 of them. So who has more brothers? Well, you count the 6 Sutters. They combined for 2,935. And then, of course, the Gretzkys.
Shout out, Brent. What's going on, Brent?
Wayne had 2,857. Brent had 4 points.
Brent's a good player, too.
And the 3 Statsneys are just ahead of the Sedins with 2,169 points.